Howdy, everyone. This is American Hillbilly. Good to see y'all today. And if you watch this channel, you know that this is not a political channel. Yeah, we don't talk politics and stuff, but we do have a good video for you today. And this video is for everyone, Republican, Democrat, Independent. And in this video, I'm talking about we the people. And yes, that means Republicans, Democrats, undecided voters. I am talking to all Americans, regardless of race or party. You should watch this video all the way through because I am here to ease the stress about this election and to talk to every American, we the people. So stay tuned. So first of all, I would like to say that polling that we see on TV and on the internet, it is kind of irrelevant in a way because what matters is that you show up to vote. Yeah, each and every one of us needs to show up to vote and make our voice heard. Now, you might see, like, say, my backdrop, or you might already know one of my channels, Hillbilly Up. But I also have another channel called American Hillbilly. Well, on Hillbilly Up, yes, we do exercise our Second Amendment and show firearms on there. But on American Hillbilly, we don't show any firearms. So this video is going out on both channels. So whichever one you're watching, I want you to know I'm here today as a American and a hillbilly at that. So today I want to talk about how not to let this election stress you out. Yeah, it can be stressful on people, no doubt about that. It is a big election, but we all are Americans. And as Americans, we've been through a lot from the beginning. And guess what? We've pulled through every bit of it. We've survived. We've made it through. So don't be stressed. Don't let anyone decide your vote for you because your vote is very valuable, and use that vote to better the life of you and your family. My suggestion is don't let the talking heads of the news, the internet, celebrities tell you how to vote. They're not here for you and your family when times get rough. Most every one of those people are getting paid to tell you how they want you to vote. Most of them give you information that aligns with their own thoughts and feelings of how they think you should vote. So I'm not saying just turn off all communication at all. Totally be aware of what's going on around you, decisions that are made that better you and your family, and think about what's going to make it better for you and your family. No talking heads are going to be able to tell you that. So there's a reason why the Constitution says we the people. We the people are us voters. Yeah. We the people establishes that the government is curated by and serves we the people. And that we the people are the source of the government's power. So what that means in just simple hillbilly talk is that we the people, we decide what's best for us, not the government, because we have the power of voting. And that's why we must vote for what's best for us and our family, regardless of your race, your party, or anything. And also to make sure that each one of our votes count, mine, yours, everybody's vote counts. We must make sure there is no cheating, no interference. I mean, let's face it, nobody likes a cheater. They really don't. Now, I'm just going to say this right now for the internet that I am not saying that elections are stolen or anything like that, because we all know the power of social media saying, "Oh, you're wrong. You're trying to say something." Yeah, no. I'm just saying, as Americans, as we the people, we need to keep an eye open, make sure that nothing is going wrong with our electoral system, because each and every one of our votes do count. And individually, we should make sure that that happens fairly. If you see something wrong, let your voice be heard, even if it might benefit you yourself the way you're voting, because next time it might go the opposite way. And to be honest with everybody, I mean, it's just not right. We have all, in some situation through our life, we've all probably won and lost, whether it be sports or maybe you were running for something in high school, student council, whatever the case might be. Or maybe you were competing for a job in your work. And I think it'd be pretty safe to say that nobody wants to win or lose by someone cheating. And again, I'm not saying that there is going to be or there has been, but we need to be accountable as Americans to make sure that each and every vote cast, that those votes get heard and counted the way they were meant to be. That's very important. Also, as a voter, we should not let ourselves get bullied or persuaded by anyone. When we step into that booth to vote, we are using our power as an American citizen given to us by our Constitution to make sure that we vote to help us and our family in our beliefs. We don't want that taken away from us. Your vote is very powerful and it is yours to use as you see fit. I honestly believe that your vote should not be one that somebody is telling you, hey, you need to vote this way because I said so. It should be your own personal right to make that decision according to your heart and what you feel that is best for you and your family. And don't stress out about this because it's your individual decision. But take pride in being able to do this vote fairly and honestly because there's not a whole lot of countries that people get the opportunity to do this. So use it wisely. So one thing that kind of just sucks is because everywhere you turn, there is someone telling you, if you vote for this person, things are going to be terrible. If you vote for this person, your whole life as you know it's going to be ruined. Terrible things are going to happen to you. Tell you what, don't be stressed. This is a scare tactic that they are getting paid to tell you. And yes, a president and their cabinet and their choices does come with power and decision. But good news, they're not kings and queens. They do not have the sovereignty power to rule us Americans. We the people. We have that power. So don't be stressed. And I'll tell you right now, our Constitution, and we should always protect our Constitution because it gives us three branches of government. And that's one reason why we should always protect our Constitution. So we have the legislation branch. They make the laws. We also have the executive branch. They enforce the laws. And we have the judicial branch. They interpret the laws. So this divides the powers. So no one branch has full power. And we must keep these checks and balances. As we all know, we elect the president. We elect Congress members. We elect House representatives. So each and every one of those votes are very, very important. So really, I mean, even voting for people in your local county, town, state, government, governor, Senate, and House, those all are just as important votes as you cast for your president. It all makes a difference in our lives. But we don't have to be stressed out and angry if the person we voted for didn't win in all these aspects. You say, why should we not be stressed about that? The person I wanted to win didn't win. Well, guess what? That election will be coming up again. And we can change that if it was something that was bad. And if the person we wanted to win didn't win, well, there's going to be another election coming up. So maybe personally we can do something to help get the word out for the person that we want in that position. And I know we are all competitive. Yes, it seems to be something that's just built into us. And if we feel strongly for someone that we want to win, if there is a loss, yes. And yes, there is some disappointment because of that, but it's not the end of the world. Guess what? You get a do over. Yeah, come next election. And like I said, I know we're all very competitive. We want to see our person win, but don't let it ruin your life. Don't lose friendships that you've had for a long time over an election. We all are just people, each and every one of us. And thank goodness we do have our own thoughts, and they might be different from others, but that's a good thing. Otherwise, we just all be like robots. So you say, well, Hillbilly, if you look back in history and see how maybe certain people, when they were elected, it it really may have hurt this country or your state or your city or your town. And you can see that because you may have lived through it or just researched it in history and like, yeah, this was not a good decision by we the people. Well, I agree. That happens. But guess what? We're still here. We made it through. And most usually what happens is all Americans seeing that, well, maybe that's a bad choice. And what happened? Next election, they voted different, and the majority of we the people, they fixed it. Yeah, we're Americans. That's what we do. We try to make a better life for us, our family, and our brothers and sisters that come to this country. So, yeah, looking back in history should help you make decisions that may not have been good for the country or you and your family. And so you have the opportunity to research that and make changes with your vote. So do what's best for you and your family and how it affects you. So I'm telling you, don't be stressed because as Americans, we have a very unusual presidential election this year because we already have some history that most every one of us has seen or lived through to look back on both of these candidates. So probably every voter knows through both of these candidates and their leadership what happened. Was your life for you and your family better or was it worse? So, like I said, this is kind of unusual because we kind of have like already a menu and what happened underneath their leadership. So, to be quite honest with you, this should be a very easy vote to cast because we have the data right in front of us. Yeah, and we don't even have to look it up. We lived through it. So, yeah, I mean, the choice should be pretty easy. Under which leadership was the best for you and your family? Don't be stressed about it. And I'm definitely not here to tell you which way to vote. I believe that that's each individual's personal right. They can be public about it, they can be private about it. That's their right to do whatever they want to. And it is not for me to sit here and tell you how to vote. And plus, it's such a shame that nowadays, if I was wanting to share my opinion or you was wanting to share your opinion or however on social media, I mean, people would come after you. That's just plain nonsense, people. I mean, we already have chapter one from each one of these leaders, right? If you're talking about it like as a book. So you just have to choose whose leadership do you want to turn to chapter two. Yeah. Is it going to benefit you, your family? So please don't let this get to you. I know it's hard to do, not to let all this stuff get to you because people are passionate. But one thing we know for sure is within a few days, half of this country is going to be excited because the person they voted for won. The other half of this country is going to be sad because the person they voted for lost. But don't let it get to you if your person lost. Don't be sad. Don't don't start like freaking out being mean because we're Americans. We've made it through a lot of stuff. We prevailed. We keep going forward. And hopefully we do that better in the lives of us, our family, and those around us. I want you to think about this. And if you're still watching this video, thank you. I appreciate it very much because I feel this is important. This might be one of the most important things I've said during this video. I want all of us to think back. Okay, more than likely you went to some type of high school. And more than likely there was a competition between another local school, either if it's sports, academic, whatever it was. We've seen our school go up against another local school. Well, guess what? In that competition, there had to be a winner and a loser. Yeah, that's just how we do. We compete. We try to make ourselves better by learning how to compete and be a better person, a better team. So, yeah, school A was in competition with school B. There's a little bit of a rival there. Yeah. But if that had went to like a group of a county or a district, then those people that would be rivaled for those one little for those competitions, well, they would be together as a team. So now they would be going up against a different county or district or whatever the case might be. So you go back, they were rivals, now they're on the same team. They're working together to compete against somebody else. Now, even in all that, there might be some hard feelings, but let's just say that's in the same state, okay? And say that state has a baseball team or a football team or whatever the case might be. Well, there's a good chance that all those people that might be rivals, they all like and support that team. So I'm just going to use like the Kansas City Chiefs football team because that's one of my favorite teams. Just grew up here in Missouri, in Ozark Mountains, and always been a Chiefs fan. So even though I may have been in rival with a different town, different school, or a different district, but all together we're Kansas City Chiefs fans. Well, all that rivalry, all that rival between us, that all goes out the window. Because now we as a whole are Chiefs fans, and now we're rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs and against whoever they're playing. Does that make sense? So don't let losing stress you out and don't let it ruin friendships for sure. Because just like that whole scenario I just gave you, you're also in a group, you're in a team, you're come together when it comes on other point of views. And I just got to say this too. When 9/11 happened, it was a terrible thing. But as people were there in ground zero and around that area, when people need help, they didn't ask their race, their religion, which party they voted for. No, they came together. They loved each other. They helped each other. And then us as a country came together and loved and helped them because we're Americans. That's what we do. And I'm going to take this one step farther. So, say there might be some rivalries between this country and this country and this country, whatever the case might be. I mean, we all know there is. Well, in this country, if you support this, your country, regardless which one it is, those little rivals at high school, college, state, whatever the case might be, those don't really seem to matter. It don't matter what race or anything you're from. You're Americans or you're whatever from this country or whatever. So you stand together as a country. Now let's take one more step up and go into what most call science fiction. So us as a world made up of several different countries, states, whatever. If somebody was to try to invade our world, all those other rivals wouldn't matter because we would all come together as a world and hold up and fight for our world against something else. So I don't know if those helped anybody or not, honestly, but it's just the way I see it. Half the people are going to be upset, the other half are going to be happy, but we're all Americans. We can work through this, and say, you won this time with your vote, but next time I hope I'm going to win. We can still be friends. We can still shake hands. We can still give each other a hug. Just because we might differ on political opinions does not mean it's the end of the world, that you have to hate that person, that you cannot be friends. Don't let the talking heads tell you any different. Let's all just be good humans, love each other. And regardless of who wins and who loses, if you're on the winning side, have some compassion and consideration for those who was not on the winning side. Because put yourself in their shoes, switch it around. Okay, how would you feel if it went the other way? So let's come together. Even though one side won, one side lost, it is not the end. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope you're not as stressed as you were before. I'm just a simple hillbilly. Yeah, I have my opinions and all that stuff, but you have yours. And we can all still be friends. We can all agree to disagree or have a discussion. Please don't let there be hate in your heart. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, a like. I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. And if you got something out of this video, I appreciate it if you share it to somebody else. Hopefully it might help them. And also, we have a VIP membership on this channel. And Tuesday night is our regular scheduled VIP live. And so, since it is election night, we'll probably be following some of it and everything. I am sure because that's going to be on everybody's mind. So, if you'd like to join us for that and become a VIP of this channel, down here below there's a join button. You can become a VIP for as little as $2.99 a month, even if you just do it for 1 month and join us for that discussion and join us Tuesday night for the election. We'd be happy to have you, regardless of who you voted for or anything. We're just a big family. We like to come together, have fun. And again, I thank you very much for watching. Now I want to leave you with this. Remember, God, family, and country. Make somebody's day better, will you? You have the opportunity of this election, especially coming after it, to make somebody's day better, to maybe help them get through a loss and be their friend, be understanding. And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, I'll be seeing you again. I love you, Hillbilly Nation. Goodbye.